Okay, hello guys. I'm going to be trying out something different today, which is post-recording commentary. So, yes, everything here is pre-recorded, and if you're listening to this, then this post-recording commentary is included in the video. I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but I'm just trying something new. So last time we cleared out all the trainers in the previous routes, and now we're heading onto the SS Anne to clear out all the trainers here. So if you watched the last video, you might notice that I'm a bit higher level than before, because I did go train in the cave, forgot what it's called, to try and get up some levels to get a bit closer to back on track. Of course, as you can see, I'm fairly far behind in terms of level, still 3 below this Tewi. But there is a reason I decided to stop at level 37. I might try and grind up to level 40 after the end of this video, but we'll see. For now, let's just get back into it. So thankfully this Tewi misses everything. And even though we don't two-shot it, we managed to not take any damage and finally get our much needed level up. So right now Patula just reached level 38, which is well, we'll see why that we wanted Patula to reach level 38 and why we stopped at level 37 for grinding at the end of this battle, of course. Next up, Familias, who we want to be leveling up next. For basically the same reason as Patula, because they're not evolved yet. And thankfully this Tewi's just going to use Snatch, which, if your opponent uses a healing move and you use Snatch, then you take the healing instead. So it's a very situational move, and of course I don't have a healing move, so Snatch just does nothing. So with that Tewi gone, we get quite a bit of EXP from it. And we defeat this trainer, so finally we get to see what happens. And of course, as you probably all guessed, Patula is evolving. So finally we have E-Patula. E-Patula, of course, being the exact same sort of stat-wise as regular Patula, with really, really high special defense and special attack, but very low speed, defense, and attack. So it's a very slow sort of glass cannon in terms of physical, at least. It can take some special hits, but it's not going to be taking too many physical hits. Of course, its ability still trace, nothing's changed there. So we're just going to switch it out for Amelia here, because like I mentioned, we want Amelia to be up. In fact, I think we want everyone to be level 38 by the time we finish clearing out this. I'm probably only going to for time's sake, because I don't have much time to record as I'm in college now. I'm just going to check out the first and bottom floors. So just going through these rooms, nothing too much here. A Satori with a little girl, and oh, okay, finally we have another trainer. There's 2 trainers in this room actually. The third one at the bottom, the lady, is not a trainer, and we do have an item down there that, of course, since this is post-recording commentary, I do know what it is, but I'll talk about once we get there. So of course, the Mystia, it's just chibi level, so we can easily take it out with 2 crunches. And lowering our attack doesn't really matter, because crunch is in fact special. And due to it being 80 base power, it is currently our strongest move. That might change in a second here. Of course, we don't get to level up, though. Why would we? It's only a chibi level, so it's not going to get us any XP. So for Nitori, because we're on a ship, there's going to be a lot of water types. We're going to want Marissa. Of course, since we need to go back and fight Marissa anyway, not Marissa, Misty anyways, we want Marissa to be very strong for that, so we might as well get a lot of EXP. There we go. Marissa gets a tiny bit of EXP. Let's hope for a some stronger Bonka in this next fight. Okay, so we got another youngster, this time with only one, and it is Momoji. So nothing we haven't seen before. Let's just crunch it 2 times, and we should be good to go, hopefully. Let's see, that did about half, so let's see if we can KO in 2. Yeah, it barely survived. So we do take a couple hints, but thankfully due to Intimidate and the fact that it did not crit on Slash, we do get the level up, and that takes out, I think, all of the first floor. There actually might be one more battle on the first floor. But we do get a new move, Soar. So wing attack, 60 base power, but on 100 accuracy. However, we have a 95 base power move and 90 accuracy. Of course, you always want power over accuracy, because, I mean, it's just much better to go for a 90% chance, still incredibly likely, and actually hit incredibly hard, rather than go for the safe 100% but not actually one shot or get the 2 shot like you need. Okay, TM31 Brick Break, fighting type move, 90 base power, I believe, maybe 95. No, it might be low, it might be just like 80. I completely have no idea, I probably should have checked. However, I just know it is one of the greatest fighting type moves in the first generation. Or I guess technically 3rd generation. Yeah. So we might teach that, though I might want to save it for a fighting type Bonka that we will be getting later on, maybe. Out of sheer luck, I just happened to put Chin in, because I'm like, oh, Chin's probably not going to be getting the most EXP since we're on a ship, and it's going to be a lot of water stuff, and so we'll have a bit harder time, so we might as well get it out and start using it as much as possible to get all the EXP. However, thankfully, there's an E-Rin, and so Rin, being Fire Ghost, of course, is weak to ground, and being E level, or extra level, it, of course, gives a lot of EXP. So that's about a third of that EXP bar already filled for Chin, which is really great, because Chin, of course, is our weakest Bonkai, and we're probably going to be wanting to get rid of it first, because spoilers, we are in fact going to be replacing our entire team. Yeah, sad, but that's just how this game is. Don't worry, it won't be for a while. Around level 50-ish is when we're going to be replacing our first one, and then the others will be replaced around level 65. So yeah, that's still quite a while. I do remember there being a super potion, but I think we might have gotten that in a previous episode in that trash bin. Perhaps it was moved. So we have a Yuka over here. Little... I always liked Yuka as a character. And there's another super potion, in case there was actually one in that trash bin. No battle in that room. However, to make up for it, there's actually 2 battles in this room right here. This is a fisherman and a sailor. Of course, first off, the sailor's going to send out Orange, because if you remember in the original games, this one had Machop. Orange, of course, is not fighting type, despite looking exactly like Hong Mei-ling. Orange is actually from a previous game. I believe she's a resident of Maki. I don't know how you pronounce it. That whole world that Shinki created and was a big part of the first few games before Touhou 6, and then came back in the Touhou game that Byakuren is in. We're going to be entering that place later on. I'll look up how it's spelled and when we get over there. But anyways, back to Orange. Can't believe I went on that tangent. Back to Orange. It's a normal type. It's basically the Blissey of this game, as it has a massive 255 base health stat. However, all its other stats are ridiculously low, in for to make up for that, and so it's not really a threat. However, it can take hits, which is why it took a crit dig, no problem. And then, of course, there's a Mei Ling, which we just hit with Flash for Marissa, because, of course, Marissa needs the XP more than Patula, and that easily one-shots Mei Ling. And then next up, we have the Fisherman. Thankfully, the Magikarps, as I've mentioned in this game, are replaced by Hinas, except for Hina is obviously a much bigger threat. But thankfully, being Poison type, it's weak to ground. So Chin is going to have a field day here. Maybe it won't be so hard to level up Chin as I thought. Though I still really would like Earthquake on it, since Suako is much better at attacking currently. Just, it lacks the speed. Of course, Kisume, being Fire Water, is partially weak to, it's still weak. It's just, the Fire typing, the Water typing isn't weak, but the Fire typing is weak. So it is super effective. Then, of course, we have it missing thanks to the accuracy lowering. So overall, Mudshot doing its job well. I was hoping that this Dig, since that took it almost to half, and Dig does a little bit more, that Dig might take it out, but I used Isolation. Though judging from that damage, it doesn't look like Dig would have killed anyways. Thankfully, its Fire Spin missed, so that's some really good luck on our part. Thankfully, Fire Spin and Whirlpool do have really bad accuracy to start with, and then lower it even more. It's not very likely, but still like a good 60-70% chance that it would hit, so we still got pretty lucky. Finally, right before Chin gets its next level, we have another Hina, so that's a really good matchup. When that gets our Chin up to level 38, right as we start getting into all the water types that will be coming up on this ship. I'm sure we'll have more next episode of water types. I don't exactly remember what's on the top floor of the ship. I'm pretty sure there's going to be lots of water types. Anyways, a quick attack there. We'll take it out. Probably would have gotten one shot by Dig, but Mudshot's a much safer move. And finally, Chin hits 38. So we're coming right along with these levels. Won't be that hard to get up to level 40, hopefully, by the next episode. As we only have 3 more Bonka that need to level up, being Suako, our next one that we're going to try and level up. Of course, it doesn't exactly have good type matchups now that we've taken down everything weak to ground, but Earthquake still hits like a truck from a ground type. Okay, we have Mitori. No, this is actually not related to Nitori in any way. But it is Water Dragon, I believe. Interesting typing. Of course, that means it's neutral to Earthquake, and being Chibi level, and not having the greatest defense in the world. It still has good defense, but not the greatest. It takes quite a bit of damage. Of course, Suako, thanks to all the grinding in that cave, is actually quite strong. I probably should have switched out here, to be honest. However, Earthquake still does quite a bit to Komachi, since Komachi's not the greatest tank in this game. Not saying that she's a bad tank, just comparison to, say, Labyrintha Touhou, where she is literally unkillable and considered the best character in the game because of her tanky stats. This Komachi is just pales in comparison. Of course, being Water Ghost, there was quite a number of things we could have done to hit super effective with other party members. However, we're just going to stay in. Since, of course, Amelia is already level 38, and against all these other water types like Nitori here, we're going to have plenty of time to level up Marissa. So, of course, with the Nitori being water type, I don't want to exactly flamethrow it, but since Vivid thankfully has good physical attack, I can just White Wings it and hope for some stat boosts. Of course, I don't appear to be getting them, but that's fine. It's still a 3-hit KO, and I wasn't hit with the Water type move, meaning I didn't take that much damage despite it being in Rain Dance. That's always good. So, Vivid, despite being a fire type on a ship full of water types, it managed to get a little bit of EXP. So we have another TM over here. Oh yeah, first we need to switch over to Vivid so it can get the next bit of EXP. Of course, that gives us Rest. Rest, of course, same as always, puts you to sleep, but fills your HP bar back up to full. It's maybe good on some tanks, but unfortunately, we don't have too many great tanks. There aren't too many great tanks in this game. There's only a couple. Speaking of great tanks, it's not really the best sort of pure tank, but it is a good sort of tank. Parse here is your typical Ghost Dark. However, Dark being weak to Steel does mean that Parse does have a weakness, being Steel type. However, of course, being a Ghost type, it does have your typical sort of Sableye-esque supporting stuff. Of course, these will only just use like Curse and Envy. Envy being like Spite, I believe, in the original Pokemon games, which is, of course, not very great. However, like the one that I'm using in my run of the other Touhoumon game, the one for Emerald, this one's just going to hit with probably Feint Attacks and Shadow Punches. Except for actually it just uses Voodoo. Thankfully we were able to take it down to half health, so Voodoo kills it. Voodoo, of course, being Curse, which halves the health of any Ghost type, and does 25% damage at the end of the turn to your opponent once you've taken the half health damage. Of course, we didn't have to worry about that because we immediately switched out Vivid, and then the battle ended before Marissa could take the damage. Of course, if you use Curse on a non-Ghost type, thankfully it raises your attack and defense by 1 stage, while lowering your speed, which can be good on some sort of slower physical attackers that like to be bulky. Okay, this is a bad matchup. However, we can just use Flamethrower. Of course, the reason why this is so bad is because not only is Flamethrower not very effective, but we can't use Takedown, or strongest move, in terms of base power, against it. I guess Flamethrower is technically stronger with same type attack bonus, and I do believe a special attack is still slightly higher than a physical attack. As a result, even though it's not very effective, as you'll be seeing up here against this next C Komachi, we actually do more damage than with White Wings. As you can see, they're about the same in terms of defenses, but Komachi only loses half her health instead of like the 75% HP by taking White Wings instead of Flamethrower. However, thankfully, we do get this nice little bonus of a all stats up, which is something White Wings can do if I haven't already mentioned. 10% chance to raise all stats, and there we go. Flamethrower, after gaining 1.5 times boost, nearly one-shots, so as you can see, it's much stronger than White Wings. However, I do believe Takedown, if it would work, which obviously doesn't because we're against Ghost type, if it did work, it'd probably do more than Flamethrower. Here we have actual Komachi, so we're going to switch out to our last level 37, being, of course, Marissa. And it seems we're about right at the right point to get every single Bunker up to level 38 right before the end of the video. Since we already checked the first room, we know that there's no wooden trainer in there, so that's all good. And then there's the last room we have to check out. Komachi heals, but I obviously do way too much damage, and speed boost coming in just for redundant purposes, since I'm already faster. Now I'm even faster. It really does nothing since Marissa's already so fast. though it can be abused later. Also, thankfully, Last Word Marissa does keep speed boost, which does help since stuff like Last Word Vermilia is really fast. Of course, the problem is Last Word Vermilia also has speed boost, so yeah, good luck outspeeding it anyways. Anyways, on to the next battle. We have Mitori right here, and we kept out Vivid because we're all level 38 already. Might as well just stick with what we have. I kinda wanted a stat boost here, and that probably would have helped. I might not have gone one shot by this crit. Of course, Mitori being water type, the critical hit times 2ing the RE times 2 is super effective. It all compiles very quickly into me getting one shot. Of course, the next slowest level upper would be, of course, Chin, as I mentioned, with all the water types and it being ground type. So we decided to bring that in and get some experience, but I don't think that Chin could survive very long against Nitori, especially Nitori. So, of course, Nitori has Torrent right here. We trace that, but it's not like we're going to use it. And then it's actually faster than us because of how slow Patula is, and of course Nitori being fairly fast and 2 levels above us gives it a decent speed boost. Thankfully that missed. If we had it lower our accuracy, then that could be bad. Of course we miss anyways, and of course it's boosted by rain, so it would have done quite a bit of damage. But it doesn't use the rain boosted Muddy Water the second time, it just uses Spark, which still hits quite hard due to the fact that Nitori gains electric typing over its previous 2 evolutions. And then boom, that's a big amount of EXP that we get. Of course, now we have regular Nitori, just pure water now, but not that we could abuse it being part electric type anyways. I mean, we could have if we kept Chin in. However, it does get one shot by Flash. Having been less evolved, it does have less special defense, so, and HP, so yep, pretty easy win there. And that is now actually the last battle. So we're just going to head on over here and heal up, and then I think that's going to be it. So, well, it's nice to be back. I don't know if I'll be back anytime soon, but